Hey guys, my name is Jose Cortez with AlphaTrail Financial Planning. I'm a certified financial planner, helping clients think through strategy, ideas, and how to execute on the things that are going to drive change in their financial circumstances. Now, I want to tell you guys about a conversation I had with a client who has joined his father in the family business. And we're thinking about how over the next 7 years, retire his dad from this business. Now, it's very important to understand that the majority of businesses today in America will typically just go away. There's not clear plans to transition the business. And how does that happen? Do we want to sell this business? Do we want to transfer a business to our children? Do we want this business to go to our employees? So do we set up a profit sharing, or do we set up an internal sale? And when it comes to family businesses, oftentimes the conversations aren't really had. And here are some of the pitfalls or the things that you might want to think about when you're working with family, especially with your parents. So the first thing I want to make sure a client understands is, how does your parent want to transition from the work effort? Most parents, especially with immigrant families, with minority business owners, they don't want to stop working. They want to keep doing what they're doing because they love it, because they've been doing it for 30 plus years, or because it's their identity. So the first piece of the puzzle is having the conversation in terms of, how do you define retirement? The second is, are you going to pay your parent as an employee, even if they're no longer working at the same capacity, they're no longer doing the same role, or they're not working the same amount of hours? So how does that happen? And the reason why that's important is because you don't want to constrict cash flow from your business if you're trying to retire a parent. On the parent side of things, how is that parent going to fund their retirement? How are they going to take income in retirement? And if you're paying them for a job that they're not actually doing, are you causing them to also maybe potentially have their Social Security get taxed? So today, if you're retiring and you're above a certain income for yourself, or for yourself and a spouse, your Social Security check could be subject to income tax. And so it's very important to understand what impact might have on their financials if you're paying a parent during retirement out of a business. Are you currently structured as a entity? Are you an LLC taxed as a partnership? Are you an LLC who's taken an S Corp election? Now there's shares of a business. So have you potentially thought about a buyout? So how is this business currently valued? Are you going to buy shares of the business from a parent? And that may be advantageous because you might have that transfer of the shares be much more effective than maybe potentially paying them a straight paycheck through a salary or an income. And then lastly, we think about the impact now that you have to be here, be present, and be growing this business, because now not only does your family require this business to be successful, to pay for housing, food, education for your children, but now your parents' retirement may also depend on you carrying the torch into the future of the business. And so what's very important is to think about the key person or the key people that are responsible for the success of this business. So doing some really good key man planning and making sure there's contingencies in place in case there's a death of that key person, there's a disability or incapacitation, or there's a divorce between a spouse or a separation, meaning there are other partners that want to exit this business. So key person planning is really key because now there's multiple families that depend on the success of this business. Now, again, I'm a certified financial planner, but I'm not your financial planner, so this is just for educational purposes only. Thanks.